Yeah, hello.
Buy, sell.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got there? What kind of phone you got there?
This is a Western Electric 102.
102 what?
Well,
102B.
It's a B. It gets,
okay.
We need to get into how that all works.
All right. Now, what do you got here? Let's see. You got a phone?
You got a phone.
You got a cradle. It says some kind of weird stuff like it was in a hotel or something, but okay.
No, that could have been the phone number.
That's right. It could have been 42J. Yeah, 42J. That's it.
Jay lives there.
What did that mean? In the 42nd story, and it was J apartment?
In exchange, it was 42J. So J would have been 425.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Gee, I'm not looking at the right thing. All right. Now, go ahead. What do we got here now? We got this, but this does nothing by itself without that.
So, in these days, the phone is really only half of the business going on. The phone, you have a dial, you have a handset.
And a hanger-upper.
Yeah, okay, and a
switch, whatever you want to call it,
a cradle switch or whatever. Now, you can hook this up directly to the wall, and it will dial. But there is no side tone circuitry for the microphone, and no protection for the receiver end, and there's no ringer. So it really isn't ideal. You can actually damage the receiver end of the phone by having it hooked up without a subset box.
That's what that's called, huh?
A subset people will call it a ringer box or this or that, but it's called a subset because it's part of the set.
All right, let's go back in the time when we had the candle phones, and the candle phones didn't have dials, and then they did have dials, and then they came out with this.
Right, so...
Now, whoa. The reason why they came out with a candle phone was because of the long stem, because of why?
All right, the candle phone was... I'm not exactly sure why it initially started, but part of the problem with the candle phone was the microphone.
The microphone, okay.
The microphone had to be positioned... Imagine this spit cup wasn't here, but it had to be positioned just like this.
That's what that is, a spit cup?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Because there's carbon granules in there that if you tilted it one way or the other way, you didn't have good transmit.
Oh, okay.
So the phone had to be standing straight up. You'd have to speak into it like that, and then you'd have your, receive over here in your ear.
All right, what was the last year a candle phone was produced, dial or not?
Dial or not, I think around probably through 28 or 29.
28 or 29.
This phone is from 1929. I think they came out with these, this is the B mount in 1928. Before that they had the A mount, which was an actual candle base with a taller stem here, and then the same handset, which is an E1 handset.
E1, okay.
And they made that from like 26 through 28. And those were used in AT&T offices and maybe... like at the Exchange or any AT&T building. They were not used, they were not really out for the public.
Right, now look, this particular phone was out towards the... Actually, they had these in the 50s, right? They were still using these things?
Yeah, so this thing came out in 28 at some point. This particular phone is from 29. They made them until, I think, 32, 33. And then they came out with the 202/D mount.
Uh-huh.
And if you look at the back of it, it actually says B1 here. This is a B1 mount.
Okay, it's hard to see that in the dark.
They came out with a D1 later, and the D1 looks just like this, except the base is oval instead of round.
Uh-huh.
Same handset until they came out with the later F handset.
Okay, F.
This is a E handset, E1 handset.
What about the quality?
So, the listen's fine. I have no problem with that. But the transmit is not so great so far. I mean, you can hear somebody on the other end, but it's the fidelity's reduced. And we're getting a lot of static right now. And one of the theories out there is that the carbon granules in the transmitter are kind of, I don't know, not what they should be. And if you shake it a few times, then it seems to work okay.
Oh, all right.
So I don't really know.
Now, you pull this apart, and like in any Mom Bell telephones, you have the freaking date that's
Here, I'll
stamped
show you.
in on it, okay?
So here's the receiver end, right?
Yeah, the receiver end, yeah.
Well, this one's kind of hard to make out.
Oh, what does it say?
I can't really read that one.
Okay.
Hang on, I got a better date.
A better day. Okay, we're holding on. Ladies and gentlemen, hang in there. Oh. Oh. And the other phone is ringing. December 1929.
Yeah.
Okay, we believe you now. Before we thought you were
As you
lying.
can see, this was in many pieces here. You take this off, then this can thread off of this, and then this is the whole microphone transmitter element here. Supposedly you can retrofit this to the newer element by keeping the spit cup and all these pieces with a few right parts. But I think I'm going to keep the goofy original element.
Okay,
the
Goofy.
charm.
Now, what do you got there? A black 500 right next to
That's a
it?
500, yeah. It's a
When did the
early-
500 was designed and built?
I think the 500s came out in 48.
48, that long ago, huh?
Yeah. Now this 500 is a pretty early one. But when I got it, I was having problems with the base, so the base is newer. This base is from,
Well, didn't Western Electric used to take these back
oh yeah.
and
This is-
refurbish them?
This base is from 60 on here, but I think the original base that was with this phone was from like 52 or 54. But this is a much heavier handset on this 500 than it is on the later ones.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get back to the 202 here.
102
102,
or a B1 or there's some
whatever, okay.
I want to talk about this for a moment.
Oh, why don't you turn to over the other side and
I'll open it.
So
So
open it.
this is the 534A subset. I think they made these from 1919 or so to 1930. So this would be appropriate for this phone. You theoretically could use a wood subset with this, but it'd probably be a little too old. And then they had the 634 and 684.
All right, go ahead, open it up
That
and
were-
explain the circuitry inside this box.
Fiberglass in the middle. This is all metal. Okay.
We got some goofy looking instructions
Diagram, yeah.
diagram, and it shows a candle phone actually
In there.
in there.
Yeah.
And what else does it show us? The circuitry and how to adjust the fine adjustments. There are some fine adjustments to it. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's a thumb screw on top of it. What are we looking at here?
Well, obviously there's the ringer here.
Okay.
Now,
So that would be softer or whatever, right? That depending on you want the hard ring, soft ring, whatever.
yeah, I don't know how much
The
you
amount
can.
of travel you got on the ring.
There's not. There's no loud softing on this like on a modern phone. So I don't know. I think it's just you get it adjusted right.
Oh, there's only one adjustment.
There's
That's
different
it.
bells they made depending upon loudness.
Okay. Now what's this up above here? What do you
it's
call this?
Well, it's a terminal strip. Now, what's pretty interesting is they make. If you notice, underneath the terminal strip, there's a big open empty space right now.
right, I see that.
Underneath
Okay.
there was originally a 1 microfarad capacitor.
Oh, okay.
Now, 1 microfarad isn't much. You can see this little tiny cap over here. That's a 2 microfarad modern 100 volt capacitor.
Okay.
That's doing the job of this big thing that would have been under there at one point in time.
All right, turn it around. Let's see the back of it. Oh, I can't get in position. Okay, very nice. There you go. There's the wire coming in.
So here's the deal with this thing. So when I got it, I didn't know the cap was missing, but I see this thing was flopping around. No cap was in there. Didn't work. So went through the parts bin. I found a capacitor that was close.
Right.
Hooked it back up to the lines. Now the ringer came back, but I had no dial tone and no talk. This is
Okay.
the induction coil over here. This wood block.
What are some of the listings on the wood block? Could you make them out? Ground, L.
It says 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a number 46 induction coil is what it says on it. It's got the model number on it.
Okay, no tip and ring or anything like that in
No.
those days?
There's 2 windings in there. One winding terminates on this end. The other winding terminates on this end. When I looked at it, one of the terminal strips over here was missing a winding coming through the wood.
Okay.
We pulled the wood off of here and disassembled it and fished some more windings out.
Right. Okay.
And
So then they soldered it
back
together. Okay.
And that brought it back to life.
Is there a date on the instruction panel in there? Can you see?
Well, that's something I was trying to figure out, and I unfortunately do not see a date.
Western Electric, blah blah blah.
Just says 534A.
Doesn't say where it was built.
No.
I had a big place over in Newark, I know.
Yeah, I know. They built a lot of stuff in New Jersey.
Okay, anything we want to say in conclusion about our new toy here?
No, it's a lot of fun, and the phones are fun to work on, and use them. You can use them in modern day environments yet.
That's right. They'll still take the rotary.
And we're on a VoIP with a cable modem.
Wow, that's impressive.
So that's pretty cool. You can dial in and out with one of these phones.
I'm so proud.
Yes.
All right, say bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.